This is the voiceover for the concept of collaboration in the complex simulation course. So this is from the Giddens book. Please refer to that chapter. Collaboration is a development of partnerships to achieve the best possible outcomes that reflect the particular needs of the patient, family, or community, requiring an understanding of what others have to offer. The word collaboration is derived from the Latin word collaborare, which means to labor together or to work with others in an intellectual endeavor. And you can imagine that in healthcare, it requires a lot of collaboration. You see, even just going through nursing school, it requires a lot of collaboration on your part with your classmates, with your instructors, and you can see when you're in clinical how the nurses and the healthcare team work together. There are different collaboration in healthcare. There's the nurse to patient, where we as the nurse are collaborating with the patient. What works best for you? What do you like to eat? What, would you rather get up before breakfast or after breakfast? That kind of thing. There's the nurse to nurse collaboration, and that's sometimes, hey, can you help me with, or what would you do about this lab or this finding, or when we're doing a handoff report to another floor or the next shift. Interprofessional is when we're talking to, say, another therapy or therapist or or the physician. Interprofessional is the patient isn't breathing very well and I need to call the respiratory therapist. The doctor ordered this limb to be immobile, but they need range of motion, so I need to call the physical therapist. That would be interprofessional. And interorganizational is within the organization, and that takes a higher level of collaboration. There are 4 attributes necessary for effective interprofessional collaboration, and that is understanding the values and ethics of being a healthcare professional, of within each role, and the roles and responsibilities. And in nursing, you'll see there are often blurry lines between what is our responsibility versus what is, say, the therapist's responsibility. And sometimes that seems to change on the weekends or at night shift. And so it's understanding whose job it is to do, but ultimately it's what works best for the patient. Communication is another important part of that. And think back to critical thinking in first semester. And remember that communication is how, not just what the message is, but how you send the message, and the receiver, how the receiver hears the message. And then teams and teamwork are also part of collaboration. The ultimate goal of why we collaborate is to improve patient outcomes. And it's addressed by the American Nurses Association's Code of Ethics for Nurses. Healthcare these days is very complex, and it takes a team to take care of a patient and manage their care. It's been recognized for several decades that it's the most important part. Communication and collaboration are important to healthcare outcomes for the patient. Promotes patient safety, it promotes the culture of teamwork, and it affects the economics, because if we get the right people doing the right job, reduces the hospital stay for the patient. And in nursing, we do the quality and safety education. In nursing, or the Q's and categories, is how we will measure collaboration. And there are concepts that interrelate with that, including professional identity, ethics, and communications. We've talked about communication already. Safety, patient, and healthcare quality. We've talked about that already. And care coordination, because you don't want to be going in there and starting their bath when it's time for physical therapy to arrive. So you really want to coordinate who's doing what and kind of a timely manner for that. And that's the end of this voiceover PowerPoint.